F minor pentatonic, which is all the way 1/2 step above the double dots on your guitar there. And you have this basic, thing here. And I've talked to my students when I was teaching all the private lessons and stuff. I would kind of call this a little power zone or the tasty zone, because so many guitar players just are right in that spot more than any other spot, including me. So here's a couple variations that give you kind of a classic rock solo sound as opposed to a blues solo or a, heavy metal solo or anything like that. This is like classic Tom Petty, Rolling Stones kind of classic rock. So I put my finger on the root, and then I'm going to go all the way up here, which, without the capo, we'd call that the 16th fret. We're going to bend this up a whole step, which gives you that note. Same note. And here's some variations. We're going to put that ring finger there, middle finger behind it just for strength and accuracy, index finger there, strum the B and the high E together. Like that. So I'm bending the B string. I'm not bending that high E. That's staying natural, and that is bending up to that same pitch. So that's the first one. Another thing you can do, though, is do them separately. Together. Separate. Right there, and you can just milk that, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Another thing you can do is add your pinky to the 16th fret on the high E as a variation. Just like that. Together. Add that when you do them together. Now separate. Just like that. Another thing, covering the B and the high E together and just rocking down on them. That's a very tasty little thing right there. Another thing off of that is when you're covering these two, you could slide in from a half step below, which is like a Chuck Berry thing. Added with the other stuff. Okay. But then now we're going to use the same concept with our ring finger on the 15th fret of the G string, where we're doing. So you could do all separate. Together. And when you're doing that, you could add your pinky as a double stop on the 16th fret of the B and the high E together. And you could do the same stuff with just the G and the B without the high E. Add the high E. double stops on the 13th fret of the G and the B. Same double stops a whole step up on the 15th of the B and the G. And I like to use my ring and pinky on those so I can bend them. So I've seen guys bend it with one finger, no problem, but for me it's just easier. Okay, and one last thing, 15 on the B, but 16 on the high E. So the idea of all these little solo techniques are basically like more than one note together, and it gives you that kind of growling kind of sound.